Okay, Mark the Stampede here. I am back playing some more um, EA Sports College Football. We're now the fifth season of back in the BCS conferences and having Maryland back in the ACC. And so this can be the last year. And because of the way that I set this up, there's no way I could win the conference. I went three. I mean, I went 3-5, um, and there's no way I'm getting in the college football playoff. But so what I did, I think the problem was I had that year that was pretty good, and then I went all in on trying to develop Jalen Coker, and I mean, he did develop well, but he just wasn't good, and I should have tried to get a better quarterback. It's kind of just derailed the fourth and fifth season relying on him. I mean, I don't really care about recruiting anymore because it's the last season. So let's go, and then let's go look at conference championships that are going to be playing this week. Tulane versus Southern Miss. So Tulane, unless Tulane loses, they're in the playoffs. Stanford versus Utah. I guess Utah kind of has to win to stay and get the playoffs. TCU versus Iowa State. They should both be in the Big 12. Sorry, Mac. BCS just hates you. Yeah. The Sun Belt. Unless unless one of them destroys the other, none of them are getting the playoffs. Back in the American. Yeah, neither of them are getting in. Texas A&M, Kentucky. Potentially, if Texas A&M wins, they could get in. Kentucky's in. I think even if they lose. Mountain West again. BCS doesn't matter. Doesn't care about you. Back in the what is this? No, the ACC? No, the AC? The ACC, right? I can't see. Georgia Tech and Syracuse. So Syracuse would have to really win to hit. No, Georgia Tech is already in. And Iowa and Michigan, unless Michigan loses, they should be in. All right, so let's see what happens. And we'll see what bowl week we get to. And I'm going to retire at the end of the season and see what that's like. Okay, whatever. Who cares? All right, so I mean, look at our offense. Overall, I think it was good recruiting. 87, 89, 86. The problem, like I said, just didn't have a top tier quarterback to lead us. So we can look at the schedules and look at what happened last week. So Tulane won, but barely, but they got into the playoffs. It looks like Utah didn't win by enough to get in the playoffs. Iowa State won close with both Big 12 teams will go, yeah, this doesn't matter. This also doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Texas A&M lost to Kentucky. I think they had to win to get in. Kentucky's still going to go in. This doesn't matter. Georgia Tech lost, but they're still in the playoffs. I think Syracuse would have really won. And then Michigan wins, and they're still in. Obviously, Iowa's just not good enough. A good enough overall record. All right, so let's look at the CFB bracket real quick. And I mean, Tulane from Conference USA is interesting. That's cool. Kentucky, wow, Kentucky really running and then Marshall is interesting. Michigan, Iowa State. So when we're bringing it back to the BCS conferences, it looks like at least a little bit of the bias for the certain conferences are going away. Utah gets in there from the Pac-10, just so we can buy TCU. Okay. All right, let's go next. Then we'll play whatever bowl game we get into, and it's not going to be amazing. Jaden Rashada. Okay, so it doesn't look like Washington State versus Maryland at the Gasparilla Bowl again. I guess that's just an ACC bowl. I've already played it. All right, let's look at the job offers here. Offering me a downgrade. I mean, playing for. These are all coordinator positions. What are the head coach positions that are open? Arizona. These are all downgrade. Even Houston is downgrade. Louisville downgrade. Nebraska is a big upgrade. Go to the Big Ten, of almost a 5-star school. The Missouri lateral move. I guess I don't remember what Maryland started out. They were already 4 stars. Yeah, downgrade. Upgrade to LSU, obviously. That seems very hard to get. NSC State lateral move. Northwestern, a job downgrade. I guess Northwestern has fallen off. Oklahoma State also a job downgrade. Oregon, a job upgrade makes sense. USC, a lateral move. Not an 1890, man. Job upgrade for Tennessee. Pittsburgh. Lateral move for Pitt. Interesting. Lateral move for Penn State even. I would think that Pitt and Penn State are kind of above Maryland, but here's overall prestige. All right, let's play this game against Washington State. What is the overall? 83. Okay, so I really should win this. I am so far. I'm a lot better overall. But let's see if I can do it. Maybe I can't.
Glad to have you with us from Tampa. Raymond James Stadium as a couple of teams get set to square off in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on a team from the ACC, the Maryland Terrapins. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College.
Who's the Gasparilla Bowl, like the 8th best team in the Pac-10 and the 8th best team in the the ACC play each other? I don't know. I think college sports 2002 and also I think I also have 2007, and then I had the one before the very last one, 2013, because 2014 was too expensive. I think I might get out these old ones and just check them out. I don't know if I'll check them out on stream, but see what the conference are like then.
And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Okay, so what I was reading, it seems to be like, yes, it is harder to play in the second half, and it does. I mean, it's annoying, but it actually makes sense.
Given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities.
Okay, that was a bad pass.
Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which squad could eat more steak from Outback? It was absolutely amazing. So I experienced that in all of its glory.
Oh, that's not what we wanted to throw to. Okay. That was the wrong. I was. I'm so bad at passing in this game. It's just impossible for me.
Rain games are so annoying for an offense when you want to throw the football and it's coming down and you can't grip it. But I just remember back in Little League football, rain practices were the best, weren't they? You just run and dive as hard as you can into the puddles, see how far you can slide. And the great thing was,
it's raining? I didn't even know it was raining.
First down here for the offense.
So what I've been reading about, it seems to be a consensus that yes, it does get much harder to score in the second half, and that is not just a me thing. That is apparently it's everybody has this issue, and also, I mean, this makes sense. The more you call the play, the more the defense is gonna key on it and be ready to stop it, which it also makes total sense. So I guess what you have to do is every time you do a pass play, that's why I guess the only time pass plays ever work for me is when I call it hot route, and then so you have to not play you have to you have to call. So basically, you have to call plays you never called before. It was ridiculous. Just hate how I just. But there, I gotta. You know what I need to do? I need to look up some sliders because the play of the. Because honestly, the play of the your cornerbacks, your secondary compared to the secondary of the CPU is ridiculous. Like the CPU is making ridiculous. They're like jump. Like every time your guy gets by them, they jump up 10 feet in the air and get an interception. When it's even when it's a good read. And your guys are always getting beat, and they never check where the receiver's going. They never check the quarterback size. Even like I said, I think last season I had a 92 man coverage cornerback, and he was getting beat all the time. That's so irritating. It's like I don't know. These are different issues than Madden, which is I guess is kind of nice because of like the Madden issues are have been the same for so like when they changed to the PS5 Xbox Series generation. Like pretty much all of those bugs and issues have been in there. I mean they fixed some of them, but they're still around. They're not going away.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust.
Put him on a in route, and then somebody should be open on the in route. What the heck? What happened? He was open. He was literally open, and then something happened where he decided to stop going forward. Just ridiculous nonsense. What is going on, man? Like the guy didn't even turn around. He didn't turn around. He didn't bother looking, but he hit the ball. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so unrealistic. He wasn't a tip in the air. He was literally playing secondary. Oh my gosh, this is the. We might have to do it now. Can we change it now? Because this is just BS. This is just not total nonsense. Can you change the sliders? This the round of just BS. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is such baloney. All right, if like I can't complete a pass in the first half, this is gonna be the end of it. Because I can't keep playing this game the way that it is with like their guys are constant. Like it doesn't matter how good I call a play. The CPU is totally biased against you. Like my team is, I think 6 full points overall better than them. This should be a cakewalk.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. A shot toward the end zone, and it's intercepted.
I say that should be an easy interception for me. No, I should have just taken the ball. Okay. All right, I need to not. So okay, let's call plays that I've never called before. Is the problem? There's not many plays I haven't called before, but let's give it a try. All right, jet touch pass. All right, you haven't called that. But something haven't called this yet.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion.
Are you serious? You got to be kidding me. He was wide open. All right. Okay. We are going to all right. Oh my gosh. what is the thing here? What are the stats? I don't think I've completed a pass. One completion. All right. Okay, let's try. Okay, I'll keep playing. But yeah, if they score anything other than a field goal, I'm gonna sim the rest of this game. This is total BS. He jumped up so high in the air. It was just. It was my guy was wide open. It should have been a touchdown.
You're right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
That's the end of the quarter, and Washington State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
I have 12 yards total. This is just impossible to do anything. It was just the biggest nonsense. Everything that I do, every like it's just there are. It's like they're playing like. It's like they're Terminators. Other secondary linebackers. Total BS.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Got his man quickly.
Okay, that was also all right. I'm done with this. Okay, Super Sim. Let's go to the next quarter and see what happens. Nope. And Super Sim to the next quarter. Third quarter, okay. And let's jump ahead to the end because done with this BS. They weren't going to let me win anyway. Okay. Totally unrealistic. I would have destroyed them. They didn't. This is one of those things where some days, sometimes they don't want you to win.
You can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day,
you got 36. Okay, come on, man.
You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things.
That's just. This is the biggest load of baloney I've ever seen in my life. What the heck, man?
You need to improve on, keep working on them, keep developing. Those things you do well, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistent.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our
I don't want to look at this. Okay, so this is. I'm glad I'm finishing this because this is irritating me so much. All right, let's go. That was just total nonsense. Let's see what the job offers are now that I lost. Only head coach is Iowa State, which is somehow a job downgrade. Interesting. Wait a minute. Hold on. Ohio State is a lateral move? That seems impossible. What are you talking about? That doesn't seem right. Okay. Gotta download some. We'll look at the playoff after this. Then I'm going to actually finish out the season because I do want to see the conferences before we end. And then I'm going to also want to retire. Okay. Michigan and Georgia Tech. Interesting. Because where did I put... Georgia Tech is back in... What are they back in? They're back in... The ACC. Oh, yeah. So, well, man. ACC back... I mean, stacked back then. But they lost people to other... All right. Let's see what happens. Pro potential. I guess we did bad in the draft. End of season recap. Okay, so let's look at the CFB bracket. Let's see what happened. So if we look at it, okay, Georgia obviously beats Utah pretty easily. Georgia Tech squeaks by Marshall, was certainly a good Marshall squad. TCU beats Purdue. Interesting. Okay, and then Cincinnati really really beats Ohio. I guess that was okay. Then Cincinnati beats Iowa State. Michigan beats TCU, so one of the byes goes through. Kentucky loses to Georgia Tech. And then Tulane beats Georgia. I mean, Tulane must have had a really good year. And then Tulane loses to Georgia Tech, and then Michigan squeaks by Cincinnati, and then Michigan beats Georgia Tech. Interesting. All right, so the Georgia Tech or Tulane or Cincinnati even Cinderella story doesn't come through. But let's look at the final top 25, and we are not in it at all. Jacksonville State being up that high is interesting as an independent because they didn't exist. So is that I guess they're the only independent on here, I would think, right? Oh, in Notre Dame, obviously. And Coastal Carolina? Wow. Okay. These independent and Liberty. Okay, these are guys. These people they're just getting because everyone else has losses now. They weren't in the playoffs or anything. Sun Belt will be Louisiana at. That's not bad. Could just pull. I don't see anybody. So maybe Liberty and Jacksonville State and Louisiana are coming up. All right, let's look at the award winner. Let's go. We already know who won, but is anybody on my team even close? No, not even close. Let's look at did I at least get anywhere close to? There's nobody on Maryland going to be here. QB of the year. No. See, defensive player. Yeah, nobody for Maryland's on any of these. Running back. We have some decent running backs. No. Yeah. Okay, so nothing. All right. Let's close out. Let's see where the drafts went. Yeah. Back player. Okay. Let's go to the next week, and we'll see. It should show us the conference's updates, from what I remember. We're still pretty good. Players leaving. I don't know if we can convince anyone to stay. One person wants to. Everybody. If a lot of people are graduating, can't do anything about that. Team's gonna be terrible next year. Persuade. Not been persuaded. Okay. Well, what do you want me to tell you? Go to the next. Not great. Okay, I'm not going to bother with any of this stuff. I just wanted to see. Okay. Not great either. We had a ton of people leaving. They got 2 people in the second round. I was really expecting more. And let's go to the next week. I don't want to miss something, but I'm not bothering with any more recruiting. Because I'm going to retire beginning of next year. Just want to see the conference thing first. Okay, again, I don't care. A lot of level up, not bad. I'm not even bother looking at the draft classes because like I said, I mean, I did a little bit. I wasn't really paying that much attention, so I knew I was going to retire at the end because of the 5th season. Okay. All right. Is it in custom conferences that showed you the conference updates? No, I don't think so. It's not conference. Yeah, these are just the rules and moving the team. These people, none of these, they were either during this time, during 2014, they were either independent or they did not yet play in Division 1, so they're all here. So it's hard to do anything out of there. I really I thought that they showed the upgrade of all the different conferences at one point. Let's see, are they going to show it? Is it in custom schedules? Oh man, they really put me on a soft schedule for this year. But oh man, really got. I mean, not doing any recruiting and stuff. Okay, that's weird. All right, let's go to the next. I thought there was one thing where they showed you the strength of each conference. Well, I missed it. What happened? All right, so I guess I don't know where that part was. So let's just see. I'm going to retire and see what happens here. Retire from college football. Yes. Let's see what they say. I guess. And what happens when you retire? That's all far. That's what happens. Just takes you back to. That's so lame. It didn't even say. It didn't give me stats or anything. It just gave you. Just said, "Oh, but you retired." Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's it. Some other ideas. I'm gonna do 2 ones next. I have one everything based on a rivalry, and then one based on stacking and putting all the good and stacking the conferences and switching and kind of flipping them. But anyway, until next time, take it easy, everybody.